Hello, and welcome to Andrew Broussard Watercolors. Today is the first day of spring, so we're going to do a flower painting, just to have some fun. This is the back of a previous painting. I marked it to 8 by 10 on the inside, just in case it winds up getting matted. And we are going to dive right in. Last week I was preparing for a farmer's market, and I had that yesterday. It was really nice. The art was really well received. Today did some yard work and some filed my taxes and all that fun stuff, so a little tired, but I wanted to get some painting in. Here is the silver black velvet. This is the dagger brush. This is the 1/4. And here's some vermilion, just the U, not the real vermilion. Just gonna make a few gestural marks with it. It's a little muddy where it is on the palette, but I'll let that just happen. And you can't go in that box, dude. This is a very expressive brush. It's a lot of fun to play with. I do have some other brushes that came in, and hopefully over the next few days I'll be able to do some videos exploring them and having fun. Also have some pigment samples that were sent to me by a YouTube viewer. I refer to him as Mr. Mega. I can't pronounce his YouTube handle. This is light red oxide, just making marks. Let's try to get some lemon yellow in here. Yep, so I have some pigments, some brushes, a lot of different fun stuff to play around with. So lemon yellow. Let it catch in here, push a little bit of orange. I think it was just being outside doing all that yard work really just has me tired. All that fresh air. Here's that vermilion mix. Just creating the composition and getting an idea of where I want everything to go. I'm gonna grab some sap green into the vermilion. Kind of just a cheating color, just so I could start mapping out. I want my stems and stalks. So at the farmer's market yesterday, I had posted online prior to the market, and I wound up having a table of free artwork where I cut some darkroom prints up into bookmark holders, put out some other paintings. And, you know, it was kind of like the first market of the year. I wanted to have fun and I wanted to get some art out there. And people just really enjoyed it. That table was pretty cleared by the end of the market. So I'm excited that a lot more of my art is out and about. And hopefully seeing the light of day inside somebody's house. If you're following the channel, either you are a painter or somebody who just, I don't know, likes to watch painting videos. That being said, you'll know that as an artist, here's some lemon yellow into that mix, we wind up having just so many experiments. I mean, this channel alone, we're almost at 600 videos. And you know, there's a mix mash of different stuff, time lapse, etc. But you wind up having just a large pile of art. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. You can cut it into bookmarks, take mats of smaller sizes and laying them over and see what works if you want to cut a particular picture out, etc. This brush is just so much fun. Here I'm just throwing some ultramarine in. Let's do ultramarine and light red. See if we can pull some purples. Okay, yeah, that's a nice purple. My coworker was asking about a flower painting that I had done a few years back when I was doing the Chinese brush painting. And it had very vibrant purples and very vibrant greens. The Chinese palettes, the colors that are put out by Yasutoma, I believe, and by Maria's Chinese watercolor, they're just absolutely beautiful. And this is just using kind of our Western watercolors. I think we'll bring some stuff over on this side. I believe this is the actual purpose of this brush, is that thin pinstripe type shape line. But I am, as you can tell, I don't have a super steady hand for that. Those people that can do that are absolute geniuses. I don't even know what flowers we're painting. We're just having fun, making expressive marks. Let's grab some sap green. Come up with some grass there. Oh, got some Payne's Gray on the brush, but we'll throw that in as well. I can feed that in the wet and wet areas. There's a gentleman that I'm Facebook friends with, but I haven't really talked to him. Mr. Claude. I think he's up in France, up in Canada. Grabbing some burnt umber. And he's been posting about his wall of art that is dedicated to artwork from friends. It's something that I would like to eventually do. Have a wall of artwork of all the YouTube, Facebook, Patreon friends. Let's push the lemon yellow with the sap green for a lighter green. pushing the pigment along. I feel like this would be a good spot for Payne's Gray, kind of like a node, a nodule. Let's see. Quite a light red oxide. We do a dry off. Let's pause the camera. I'll do a quick dry off. All right, it's not perfectly dry, but it's enough for what I want to do. So light red oxide, I wanted to pass top. I found that light red oxide, for some reason, is very opaque when using other colors, but in a palette in and of itself, it is not. So here, just layering it on top, and it's going to push that back. Just making more expressive marks, just having fun. Thinking about where I want to go with this. If there's a bigger, more opaque flower I want to put overlapping. Lemon yellow with the light red oxide. Let's see what happens if we just go right here. Grab some Payne's Gray. I'm doing this as a goal to get a sense of depth. The initial brush marks put in a lot of the fun and playful aspects. Now here is to get depth and interest. This is a mixture with the ultramarine. Light red oxide for little flower buds. The lemon yellow, I think we did an experiment a few months ago with the light red oxide and lemon yellow. It's a beautiful color mixed together. Just mark it off. Okay, let's pause and see where we're at. We'll do a quick dry off. I thought about ending the video here while I was doing the dry off, and we are close to the end of this, but I think I'm going to wet some gouache. We'll splatter on top with that, and then from there we'll see what other type of effects we can do along those lines. Might even grab some black gouache and splatter that. It's just, it's nice to paint. You know, preparing for the market was a lot of fun, but it's exhausting, and it takes away, unfortunately, from painting time. And I mean, once again, I think I said in the last video, I'm not complaining. I'm really happy that people enjoy both the videos and the artwork at the markets. But sometimes you just want to paint. Okay, so here's some reconstituted black. Here must have been a previous session where it was white gouache and lemon yellow. So we'll grab a little bit of that and splatter that on top. You could also make very expressive marks with these guys, and it adds a nice sense of depth. And when I say these guys, I mean this brush, the white gouache, a little bit of color mixed into it. Let's grab a little bit of black. I'm excited. I got a really cool black in from Blick, Daniel Smith, the McCormick black, I believe. But that'll be another video. I haven't played with it yet. Let's grab the light red oxide lemon yellow mix. All right, a lot of marks, a lot of splatters. Hopefully that shows up on there. Let me pause. We'll do our last dry off and we'll put a mat over it and see how it looks. All right, let's fit a little mat over it, kind of get an idea how it is placed. We'll sign the bottom corner. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to seeing what type of art you all produce now that spring is rolling around. You know, in the winter months we have the more dreary snow scenes, and around this time of year get a lot more color and interesting greens. So I'm curious to see how you all interpret that. I'm also excited to see what type of flowers you all make. I hope you enjoyed. You are always welcome to follow along, and you have my express permission to sign anything you do whenever you follow along. On that note, you all have a great week, and I will be back soon. Take care. Bye.